with comfort, you're after interspersed with fun and laughter. Conversation is your thing. Then deluxe coach lines are waiting. Just stop your hesitating and give deluxe a ring. There's a depot where you can board within your home state. They provide a daily service so you won't have to wait. You'll meet so many friends, you'll be sad at journeys and travel deluxe right now, my friend.
Our coach captain, he's a very nice bloke to know. Our coach captain, he runs the Outback Travel and Show. And he certainly isn't a driver. No, he's a captain, for sure. I'm very bloody lucky that he's taken us on his tour. And the funny thing about it is we'll all be back for more of the same travelling gang with our coach captain. Now we really mustn't call his coach a bus. Oh no! If we did, he'd surely throw the book at us. And our stupid bloody questions, they're enough to drive him mad. To see a grown man crying, it's really very sad. So if you see him drinking Bundy rum, be very bloody glad that you've met the greatest yet, our coach captain. So all together now, our coach captain, he's a very nice bloke to know. Our coach captain, he runs the Outback Travel and Show. And he certainly isn't a driver, no, he's a captain, for sure. I'm a very bloody lucky that he's taken us on his tour. And the funny thing about it is we'll all be back for more of the same travelling game with our coach captain. He may have driven road trains years ago and gave it up to join the travelling show. But I'll bet he sometimes wishes that he had a cattle prod. He'd get us all aboard his coach, he'd scarcely need to nod. Come to think of it, he looks just a little bit like God. But he's a ripper, that's our skipper, our coach captain. So all together now, our coach captain, he's a very nice bloke to know. Our coach captain, he runs the Outback Travel and Show. And he certainly isn't a driver, no, he's a captain, for sure. And we're very bloody lucky that he's taken us on his tour. And the funny thing about it is we'll all be back for more of the same travelling gang with our coach captain. Yes, he's a singer, he's a dancer, he's a dasher, he's a prancer, he's a lover, he's your brother, he's your fairy bloody godmother. And in this whole wide bloody world there isn't any other, none so fair, none compare with our coach captain. So all together now, our coach captain, he's a very nice bloke to know. Our coach captain, he runs the Outback Travel and Show. And he certainly isn't a driver, no, he's a captain for sure. And we're very bloody lucky that he's taken us on his tour. And the funny thing about it is we'll all be back for more of the same travelling game with our coach captain. Yes, it's the same travelling game with our coach captain.
one very important person we've got to thank, and I used to come to work every Sunday, and the first job that I had was make a black cup of coffee, 2 sugars, light up a cigarette, and this lady used to sit in front of 2 computers and 3 telephones.
Carmen.
That was Carmen. That lady was unreal. You'd like to come up here, Carmen, and
It's a very hard act to follow because, mind you, tonight I didn't organise. Tonight Hans van den Bosch, Robbie Tailforth, Len Button, Freddie, as he mentioned, these guys organised tonight, and I think it really is a one-off. I would like to do this in 10 years, but I really think at this stage it's it. For Jeff to arrive, you were the highlight of our night. I also think tonight, I also believe that a lot of the photographs and things that were auctioned, they came from Deluxe, but they also came to a fellow called Jeff Johnson who gave them back to you, Deluxe. And I think it's wonderful to think that people hand over what they have. So, you know, to all the guys that organised this, I think they really need a loud applause as a thank you. And I am now talking about Hans van den Bosch, who really did a great job.
Yeah.
Robbie Tailforth, Len Button, and the others.
A week ago, Deluxe coach lines collapsed when the ANZ Bank withdrew its support of Australia's largest carrier, seizing its assets. With their jobs on the line, most of the 200 employees from the company's Wangaratta Administration and Operations base have continued fighting. Today they travelled to Melbourne to picket the headquarters of the ANZ Bank, chanting and waving placards outside the Collins Street office. The protesters, including company mascot Kenny Koala, approached passers-by and shoppers seeking support for the battling bus business. Police and bank security staff kept a wary eye on the Deluxe demonstrators. But it'll be a different delegation when a $30 million rescue package is presented to bankers and receivers in Melbourne on Thursday. Deluxe General Manager Jeff McIntyre says he's extremely confident the company can be saved, with 3 offers to be considered. Mr McIntyre claims the action of the ANZ Bank in withdrawing support for Deluxe could lead to a review of Australia's banking laws. Meanwhile, 15 Deluxe coaches are now travelling Australia with volunteer labour and fuel funded by donations to honour prepaid tickets. The Wangaratta branch of the ANZ Bank was this afternoon besieged by 2 busloads of angry Deluxe staff, their families and